Don't forget to like your favorite foods. Hello everyone, Be Radical here. Happy Monday to all. Today we're reading Frog and Toad Together. In particular, today's story, and I'll surely try to show, there's pictures involved, I will do the best I can to show you the pictures, is the garden. We're in springtime, months we read the garden. Frog was in his garden. Toad came walking by. "What a fine garden you have, Frog," he said. "Yes," said Frog. "It is very nice, but it was hard work." "I wish I had a garden," said Toad. "Here are some flower seeds. Plant them in the ground," said Frog, "and soon you'll have a garden." "How soon?" asked Toad. "Quite soon," said Frog. There they are. They're planting some flowers. Toad ran home. He planted the flower seeds. "Now, seeds," said Toad, "start growing." Toad walked up and down a few times. The seeds did not start to grow. Toad put his head close to the ground and said loudly, "Now, seeds, start growing." Toad looked at the ground again. The seeds did not start to grow. So there he is. He's planting. This picture here is planting. This picture, he's yelling at the seeds, "Grow, grow." But we all know what they need. We all know what they need. Toad put his head very close to the ground and shouted, "Now, seeds, start growing." Frog came running up the path. "What is all this noise?" he asked. "My seeds will not grow," said Toad. "You are not shouting too much. You are shouting too much," said Frog. "These poor seeds are afraid to grow." "My seeds are afraid to grow?" asked Toad. "Of course," said Frog. "Leave them alone for a few days. Let the sun shine on them. Let the rain fall on them. Soon your seeds will start to grow." I don't know about you guys, but sorry for the picture. He's a little bit worried. He doesn't seem too sure. And then there he is, him yelling at the seeds again, shouting louder and louder. That night, Toad looked out of his window. "Drat," said Toad. "My seeds have not started to grow. They must be afraid. They must be afraid of the dark." Toad went out to his garden with some candles. I will read the seeds' story," said Toad. Then they will not be afraid." Toad read a long story to his seeds. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's reading his seeds a story. Apparently. Let's see if this works. All the next day, Toad sang songs to his seeds. All the next day, Toad read poems to his seeds. All the next day, Toad played music for his seeds. There he is. He's doing all the three things that he said he was going to do. Toad looked at the ground. The seeds still did not start to grow. "What shall I do?" cried Toad. "These must be the most frightened seeds in the whole world." Then Toad felt very tired, and he fell asleep. There he is. He fell asleep. Let's see what happens now. "Toad, Toad, wake up," said Frog. "Look at your garden." Toad looked at his garden. Little green plants were coming up out of the ground. They're starting to sprout, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting to sprout. "At last," shouted Toad, "my seeds have stopped being afraid to grow." "And now you will have a nice garden too," said Frog. "Yes," said Toad, "but you were right, Frog. It was very hard work." And that is the end of the garden. I hope you guys enjoyed the garden. A little bit of backstory about Frog and Toad are friends. They take walks together, they eat cookies together, they play games together, and sometimes the things they do together are scary. There are 5 wonderful stories about Frog and Toad in this book. So I hope you guys enjoyed The Garden from Frog and Toad Together. Don't forget to like your favorite books. This is Be Radical. Sign off.